So, Martin, you're a fan of big cats, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm quite fond of a Jaguar. I've never owned one, but I work on a few of them and they're really nicely built.
Yeah, and the big ones?
Oh, what, like the 5.3s and all that?
Yep.
Yeah. They're beautifully engineered engine. They've got 17 foot of timing chain in them.
17 foot of timing chain.
And they're nice, but boys thought for the amount of power they produce, they use a lot of petrol, eh? I mean, the 4.2 and the 3.8 is my sort of thing. I like the straight six, you know. The V12 is a bit of an overkill, I reckon.
But still, those big cats, it sounds like you're familiar with their engine.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry around one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some exciting news, Martin.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
We're on our way to look at a big cat.
Well, in this field.
In this field.
Well, I'm guessing it's got to be like maybe a 70s XJ6. You're not going to find an E-Type up here.
You don't think it's going to be an E-Type?
Oh, I don't think so.
All right. Well,
yeah, so...
keep your eyes peeled. It should be coming into sight just now, the big cat.
Yeah, okay. And...
You're getting excited.
Now, hang on.
Look at that. Look at that.
Under all that grass.
Under all that grass.
Oh, I see what you've done there, Mark.
It's a big cat.
Yeah. The problem is, I know nothing whatsoever about bulldozers, so we could have an interesting day ahead of us.
It's a Caterpillar D2, and you just told me you knew all about big cats.
Yeah.
Look at that. What's not to love about that? It's big and it's yellow.
There's plenty to love about it, mate.
And it's a Caterpillar.
Come on, Mel. Come on. Good boy. Yeah, well, there's plenty to love about it, sure.
Do you know what you're looking at, Martin?
I know that I'm looking at a Caterpillar. There's a bit of a problem here, Mod.
What's the problem?
Well, this is a bulldozer, which is great.
It's a great bulldozer.
Yeah, it's a great bulldozer.
These made America great again.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know where to start with this.
This is a 1949 D2 Caterpillar that's been dozing for decades. These machines helped drive the building of America, and New Zealand too. Top speed was a snail pace 5.5 miles an hour, but with enough torque to tow a mountain. So is this one too far gone, or can it be brought back to the land of the living?
It's really something, isn't it? It's wonderful the way it's grown into the bush here.
It's a bit of a doer-upper, you'd have to say.
I think so, yeah. Wow. It's really something.
It's become part of the landscape.
Big old 4-cylinder diesel.
Look at the tracks on it, it's magnificent. You know, it's probably not the lightest thing we've ever worked on.
That would be true. Look, there's a big open bit of gearing here. Hang on a minute. These things don't have electric start. They have a petrol engine to start them, don't they?
That's right. In fact, in America, they're called a donkey.
So we're missing a donkey. That's not going to be good because I reckon towing this might even be a bit beyond the Hilux, mate.
Yeah, you don't think it would be a push-start job?
I don't know. The main engine does actually look all right. It's all there.
But we'll be a bit budget if we can't find a donkey motor.
Ah, Mod?
Yeah?
I think I might have found the donkey motor.
I beg your pardon?
That'd be that big lump of yellow casting down there. Let's have a look.
Fuel tank on top.
That's it, isn't it?
Clean.
That's a petrol engine.
There's a fan belt here on the back.
It's kind of there. I mean, there's obviously something up with it. Well, I don't much fancy my chances with this, mate. Because it's off the vehicle, maybe we could just track it on the back of the truck. Maybe go see if we can find someone who knows something about Caterpillars.
So let's assume we can get the donkey going with the help of a specialist. What else needs to be done, do you reckon, Martin?
Right, we've got a busted hose here. That's one of the hydraulic hoses just completely missing. We'll need that if we're going to get the blade off the ground. Looks like it runs over to there. Hang on, let's have a look.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to get it moving with the blade down.
Yeah, well, we should be able to get a height made up for that. That should be all right.
There's a piece of history, a double brown can.
Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. That's the fuel feed, so I can just disconnect that, just run a pipe straight into the fuel pump. I can't imagine what's in there, we won't worry about that.
You know, Martin, the old flower, this could be the new stage of our relationship, our first track vehicle.
It would be just epic to get this going. Can you imagine it like powering its way out of all this grass?
Ripping its way out of the undergrowth.
I'm not underestimating the scale of the challenge, and we're certainly going to need some specialist help, but I definitely want to get it going.
All right, Martin, so what do we need, buddy?
Well, we're not going to get anywhere without that pony motor going, so that's the first thing. We'll have to get that. You'll have to find someone to help us with that.
And that's a specialist bit of kit.
We'll need this hose, so if you could take the old hose with you and see what we can get. Now I've got loads to be getting on with. All these levers and links are going to have to be freed off, and those are going to have to be made working. Of course, the motor's a big unknown, but what I do know about these Caterpillars is the motors are really, really tough. And I mean, there's not a lot we can even think about it until we get the pony motor going. Right, okay, well, it's a challenge, we're going to do it.
Let's get that donkey on the highlights, mate.
Okay, well, that's going to be our next significant challenge, I should think. Right, we're going to have fun getting it on the truck, but
What could go wrong?
well, hernia, that's what could go wrong. Right,
There we go.
great. Right,
We're going to have enough battery power for this, Martin?
okay. You know you're not going to get me with these things, Mike. I wasn't born yesterday. Right, I don't think I'll need my electrical box on this one. Good luck, Maud.
Thanks, mate. Leaving you some water too. Don't want you to pass out.
Yes. Thanks.
Wow. Well, I guess I'm in the right place. I've got to find John. G'day, John.
Hello, can I help you?
Mod.
John Dickey, how are you?
Good to see you. Now, I'm sure you've heard a few unusual stories. This is one to put on the list. We're trying to start a D2 bulldozer way up near the heads, and it's deader than a doornail. We took the donkey motor off. It's not going, so we're trying to find someone who could be a bit of a specialist in a donkey motor, and I'm guessing you know a thing or two about trapped vehicles.
We do, but Bull Armstrong out at Pollock Service Station would be right up his alley. He knows all there is to know about bulldozers out the peninsula. He gets most things going. Probably more than us than what at our workshop, because it's mainly trucks and stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I was kind of overwhelmed when I came in. What is this place?
Well, it's all my father's collection, and he's been collecting them for probably 30 years. And now we've decided to put it all into a building, and we're going to make it into a museum.
And that's a puddle jumper, is it?
Yes, yeah.
So they were used by the New Zealand Army, is that right?
Yes, we got this from a pig hunter.
A pig hunter?
Yeah, he was using it for pig hunting down in the middle of the North Island, and we've done it all up. And it's still registered, still warranted. Most of these still are. These are probably just for carting the troops around and all their bits and pieces, tents and stuff.
And that's got a Chevy engine in it, has it?
Yep, straight six.
What was it like to drive?
Oh, you lose a lot of weight really fast.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Pretty hot?
Yeah.
Pretty serious pig hunting vehicle.
It was, yeah.
Right, so that lever is the main clutch, but it seems to be completely seized. I better have a look. I'm going to just flip this cover off. I think the stuff being quite agricultural and old should be fairly easy to work on. I presume it's meant to be worked on in the field. Right, what have we got in here? We've got a release lever and a collar, and it's not going anywhere, so it must be seized or something. Oh, it's moving a little bit, but not much. It's a bit of a job to get this freed up. Get in there with a crowbar. Right, that's engaged. Seems really stiff to me still, but we don't want to have to really have a crowbar and they're stuck down into the gearbox to get the clutch engaged, but hopefully that won't be necessary. Alright, and that's disengaged. So it is basically working. Should be enough to get us rolling anyway. Now the clutch is disengaged, I should be able to get it into gear, which I can, which is great. Oh, well, that was a mission. Right, on to the next thing.
What else have you got hiding back here?
Oh, yeah, we got a few of our trucks, all sorts of bits and pieces.
And that's the family company trucks, is it?
Yes, that's two of them that were retired into here. They were both bought brand new. That was the biggest truck on the road when we brought it brand new, and that one there was one of the first that had a 903 put on it, and they were only a 504 Cummins.
And is that an Army Indian hiding down
Yes,
back there?
we only just got that from a local not that long ago actually. The poor chap's going blind, so he couldn't finish it off, so we're going to finish it off and put it in here. Yeah. It's all genuine, because it's still got the accelerators on the left-hand side, and yeah. So it's just missing a few little things that we just got to finish, and it'll be all done.
Great.
Right, I'm just going to see if I can get the fuel line disconnected. Oh, that's actually a bit too big for my spanners. I'll have to break my cardinal rule and use an adjustable. I don't really like to, but... Right, just slacken that off. Now, it's leaking diesel there, so I'll nip that up again and turn off the tap. We don't leak diesel everywhere, we don't want to poison the environment, that'd be terrible. All right, just turn the fuel tap off. That should be it. I've got some nice clean diesel here. You know, here's one I prepared earlier, as they say. That's an MP, that's a parallel thread, and this is tapered through, but it's plastic, it'll be fine. For what we want, it'll be okay. Okay, I won't connect the fuel tank up right now, we'll just leave it like that because we're going to need some clear access here to get the pony motor back in. It's quite odd seeing this wonderful 1949 agricultural engineering married up to a little bit of plastic for the pipe fitting. I don't think that would last very long in the field, I must say, but it'll do for now, for what we want. Anyway, I think we're almost at a point where we just need to wait for Mod to come back and see how he got on with the pony motor. There's not an awful lot more I can do here, I think.
And keeps on going, doesn't it? Boy, you've got a few tractors here.
Yeah, it's got about 75 tractors. 99% of the tractors in here run. And this one here is an interesting one. It starts with a shotgun cartridge. It's a special cartridge that goes in, and it goes in on the side here. There's a shotgun cartridge in there, an old one already in there. So you put a shotgun cartridge in that, screw this up, and then you just give that a whack with a hammer.
Classic. And does it start well?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time?
Yep, ever since we've had it, it starts every time.
That's a heck of a smokestack, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
and it pops. That Land's Bulldog's another diesel. You use the steering wheel to start it.
You use the steering wheel to start it?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so you glow it.
Great name for a tractor, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Land's Bulldog.
Yeah. So it has a glow light going up there that warms. If you has it's got a bulb in there, so it warms that up.
Yeah.
And then you open the little catch here, take the steering wheel off. So the steering wheel goes in here. Yeah, it's your crank handle. And then you got to wind it, and it kicks it back. And it fires up.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you've got a few Massey Ferguson TEAs here.
Yes. Yep. Every farmer in New Zealand had those.
Well, in fact, my dad had one that was just like this. In fact, this could be it with the gear shift start.
Yes. Yep.
And it keeps on going.
Yes, these tractors here were the red ones here. Farmers were some of the first ones that we did up, probably over 30 odd years ago.
Nice. And that's a Fordson over in the corner.
Yes, the half track's very rare.
Why is it half tracked?
I presume that was for when they were clearing the bush, wouldn't get stuck. I'm not really 100% sure why they made them like that.
Well, I heard that you were the tracked expert. Now I know that you've got all types. That's amazing.
We've only just finished painting it, and it's got a few more things to finish on it.
So you've got, goodness knows how many tractors here. What's your favourite?
The one with the shotgun cartridge, that's quite neat because it can,
Field Marshal.
when you have it going, it can just pops along and it's got a little ball of smoke comes out, so it's actually looks quite neat.
Can't help but notice you haven't got a Caterpillar in here.
No.
Well, if we manage to get this D2 started, maybe we can do your deal. Maybe a D2 is what you need in here.
As long as you can drive it in here, we'll be right.
As long as I can drive it in here.
Yeah.
We might be struggling at the moment, which, it's a sad...
You'll be right, you'll get Bull on the job.
I was going to say, it's a reminder that I need to get that donkey motor to Bill. It's been a real pleasure.
Very good. Thank you very
mate.
much.
All the
Okay.
best.
Well, this looks like a proper workshop, Mob.
Proper workshop.
Yeah.
Bit of kit there too.
Right, a few bulldozers, that's a good sign.
A good sign.
Yeah.
G'day, Bill.
G'day, how you going?
Good to see you.
Yeah, good
This
to
is
see
Martin.
you, Martin.
Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get on, mate?
Oh, well, very well, actually. It took a little time, but there was a lot of things wrong.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Turns out Bill has burned the midnight diesel oil doing a laundry list of fixes. Pistons, rings, valves, tappets, the magneto, the carburetor. It's an amazing effort.
And the last thing I found was the timing was wrong.
All right.
And it was set on top dead centre rather than about 8-10 degrees before.
Oh,
So there are a number of things stopping it from going.
Yes. And once we got that sorted, away it went.
Well, that's great. Well, I can't wait to see it start. This will probably be the most complicated mechanical repair we've ever done on a startup, Bill, and I didn't do it. But that's okay. Well, it sounds like you've had an epic journey with this motor, Bill, and we can't thank you enough. It's an incredible piece of work that you've done. So let's see if we can get this one running. Okay, bit of choke.
This is not a caterpillar procedure.
I bet you it is out in the field, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost.
Probably a bit more throttle, I think. Yeah,
It's great.
Okay, right, Martin?
and lie it that way. That's it.
With the donkey motor rejuvenated and a fixed hydraulic hose on board too, Mod and Martin head back to the paddock, keen to get the donkey bolted back on the bulldozer. But what looks like a relatively straightforward task soon proves to be an uphill battle. First problem, worn out studs.
There was a stud in there, and we couldn't use it because it was totally knackered. The thread's like shot. So I've just taken the stud out and I'm going to put a bolt in.
Yep, you're clear. Oh yeah, that's happy.
Yeah, I reckon that's right.
As the day drifts on, the boys go hard on the spanners. And as usual, talk soon turns to cars and motorbikes.
RE5 is another thing. Like, you know what I like about the RE5 more than anything?
The speedo.
The completely pointless speedo. Like, what is that about? Like, like a cylinder going the wrong way. Then when you turn the key, it goes.
Uh-oh.
What? What's the matter?
That arm is in between the...
Oh, so we've got to take it off again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, okay, off it comes.
The donkey motor just won't play nice. But while they're having a third go at it, Mod finds something else in the long
It's
grass.
big and it's yellow.
Oh, it's got to be something to do with us then.
Yeah, it's caterpillar.
Let's see.
It's a huge
Oh man, that's cool.
oil filter. Oil-based air
that's the air
filter.
cleaner. Look, there's the throttle linkage.
Here we go.
So we're good to go. Oh, that's great.
Time to get that hydraulic hose back on the bulldozer and tell a few more stories.
In 1973, my dad decided he was going to buy a new car. We'd never had a new car before. So I persuaded him to buy a Mark III Cortina because I thought they looked cool. It was a big mistake. My dad used to drive around with his foot on the clutch and I used to whinge at him and say, don't do that, don't do that. Anyway, after a couple of years, bloody clutch burnt out, didn't it? And I said to him, I'll change the clutch on that, Dad, don't worry about it. Anyway, so he said, oh yeah, fine, go ahead.
He said fine.
Yeah, right. So I've jacked it up, you know, put it up on ramps, propped it up, got under there, actually did remove the gear, got the gearbox out. I'm 13. I can remember lying under that car with that gearbox on my chest thinking, I am never going to get out of here. I got a broom handle and whistled it down to try and line up the clutch plate on the spigot shaft and all that. And then,
There's a dowel.
so I put it all together and then I had to get under there and lift it up and drop it onto the, drop the spigot into the clutch. I mean, and all the time thinking,
At
it might not be
13?
lined up. At 13, I don't know how I did it. I see 13-year-olds now and I think, I bet you couldn't change the clutch in a Mark III Cortina. So, that's on now. So that's great. So if we can get...
I really hope we need that.
I really hope we need that. I'm really excited. I'm childishly excited.
So it's late in the day and we've got to the first moment of truth. That is, will the pony motor start? Oh.
Right.
Ooh.
I think that fire did it.
So we've given it about 20 pulls so far and we've had a few fires and even a little bit of smoke out the exhaust pipe. But as yet, probably 2 bangs in a row is the best we've done. One of the things that makes it particularly difficult is with the blade and the hydraulics on the side, just getting a straight pull on the pull rope is very hard. Martin's going to try again.
Right, I'm going to give it one last pull and then I think we're going to have to sleep on it, mate, because we've got something isn't quite right. So,
Fingers crossed.
okay, let's
Here we
go.
go.
Yep. No.
Not a fire. So sometimes the best laid plans of men and caterpillars just don't work out. We've given it a bloody good go. We've tried everything we can think of. It's time to go home and sleep on it. Might come up with better ideas tomorrow. So we had a late night brainstorming how to get the big cat going. We're back today with Bill, the local guru who refreshed the donkey motor for us, and we've got another motor. So we've got a pony motor to start the donkey motor to start the cat. So 3 starts. Let's see how we go. Start 1. One cylinder going, maybe 2. We're now going for 3 and 4. Is it running?
Right, okay, it was running on 2.
Was it?
Okay, we've really given this all we've got. We've had the big diesel firing on 1 or maybe 2 cylinders, but not enough to run. We're getting blowback through the water, so either we've got a blow-in head gasket, which is really game over, or we've got a stuck valve. And frankly, the chance of there being a stuck valve is pretty low.
There's no sign of stuck valve, so sadly it's game over for the bulldozer.
So the MO of Start Me Up is that we start a car and engine and try and drive it. Here, we've actually been given 2 engines. The first engine, the donkey engine, we started. The second engine, we got half started with 2 of 4 cylinders operating. So it's actually a 75% start. Mind you, compared to a normal one, you could say it's a 150% start. Either way, I kind of feel a bit bad for the workers back in Peoria, Illinois, who built this beast. I thought we'd be able to start it for them. We can't. Instead, we might make a little offering to them on the Caterpillar. Well, Bill, we didn't get it started, but we wouldn't have got this far without you. Sincere thanks. I think the right thing is for you to take the rest of the Jack Daniels.
Thank you very much. I won't drink it all at once.
Very wise too. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, Phil.
Minor. The rought's doing well, isn't it?
That's a beauty. Oh, look at that mod.
What the hell?
A chicken.
Rooster in full flight.
I hope that's not from our engine, because that could be a bit of an issue.
Well, here's the Chevy.
Isn't she a beauty? Almost.
Oh, the wheels well greased, but the keys are temperamental. The brakes